All right. Hopefully you all can hear me and all the settings are all set up and everything. I've been playing with a couple different things lately, just trying to figure out the best way to do this. I came up with a competition before I came up with a solid plan on how to execute it. So we're going to try this a little bit differently. I want to try to fly through this. I don't want to do 32 teams in 32 days because that just takes too freaking long. So I got to find a way to rip through a bunch of these at once. First of all, we're doing a $100 giveaway. Head over to, link is in the description, this here, that Facebook group over there, and get signed up and drop in a 7-round mock draft for your team. Now, the first 3 teams I think are basically done and selected, but get in there, and it's the ones that get the most interaction, trying not to get strictly clickbait stuff, but sometimes that's the way it goes. And so I'm going to select the best ones. We're going to go through and do all 32. I know some teams don't pick in the first round and nobody wants to touch those, but we'll try. And the video that performs the best will get $100. So simple as that. You also have to be subscribed to this, so go ahead and subscribe. But we're going to start off with the Chicago Bears. They have the first pick. I got a couple different tools up here that we can play around with and look at. Again, kind of flying by the seat of my pants here on this way of doing it, but I think it'd be pretty cool. So I got PFF is going to be our reference. I know some people hate PFF, and it is the worst thing that anybody could ever envision in their life, but you're just going to have to go ahead and get over that real quick. So the first pick, not super surprisingly, we are not going to be trading away the pick. We are not going to be sticking and building around Justin Fields. He did grade out better, as you can see, but largely because of his rushing grade. His passing grade is just not quite what we want it to be. So at the first pick, the Chicago Bears select Caleb Williams, quarterback, USC. And so as you can see, we got 6'1", 215 pounds, 22 years old. A lot of debate about him and whether he's overrated. This is lying season and also hot take season. So there's a lot of people that say that he is the next great this, that, or the other. And then on the other end of the extreme, you've got he's massively overrated. I talked about on the podcast yesterday. Somebody put him with a 4th-round grade or whatever. I got hair in my face. Also, the setup behind me looks ridiculous. I put up my green screen because it's so freaking bright. It's that time of year where the sun is just like right there. And it's still just bleeding right through there. So it is what it is. That's why I make my own box really small. So Caleb Williams is going to come in. He's going to be the guy. I think there's going to be a lot of debate about that. But I do ultimately think that that probably is the way that this is going to go. So Justin Fields will get traded. I don't know to whom and for what. But that's not really what we're talking about today. The next pick we're looking at right here. We're looking at our wide receiver groups as well as, hey, we just got a brand new quarterback. And obviously DJ Moore is that dude, right? He's graded as the 10th best wide receiver last year, which is the best year he's had, which surprised me. I was right about almost everything with the Bears. I was wrong about DJ Moore and how good he was going to be. Nearly 90 PFF grade. But if you look beside him, what do we got? Nothing. What have we even invested? The highest pick we've had is right here, Velus Jones, and Bears fans wanted him gone 5 seconds after they picked him up. And so we're going with the guy that some people think, believe it or not, I believe Jake Shavink is one of them, I could be wrong about that, is the number 1 wide receiver in this draft class, and that is Mr. Malik Neighbors, wide receiver, LSU. Just 20 years old, 6 foot, 200 pounds, had a massive breakout year. You can see he's always been good, but really broke out this year, 93 receiving grade. So obviously now the idea being, and as far as DJ Moore is concerned, and we can look here if we can find DJ Moore, his cap hit is not terrible. He's 27 years old. We got him for 2 years. This is not going to be too much. Very possible we give him another contract after that. So you figure 27, 28. So this would be 29, 30, another 2 years or so. So he'll probably be around for a while. That contract is not terrible. And then we're going to add in Mr. Malik Neighbors. So ideally, Malik Neighbors goes on to be a top 10 wide receiver. DJ Moore remains a top 10 receiver, and we have the best wide receiver group in the entire NFL. Next up, I didn't write the picks down. Stupid. The next pick, Graham Barton, offensive tackle out of Duke. He is 6'5", 314 pounds. Not a terrible. I was looking at the past draft picks by the GM for the Chicago Bears. And there are a lot of big dudes, especially in the trenches. So 6'5", 314 is kind of right on the money. I was kind of looking around to see if maybe he was going to play inside the, oh, by the way, Andrew Wallentine. I don't know how to say his name exactly. I should know that because he's been around since day one. He's been helping me with this group since forever. So please tell me how to say your name. He has been, is all this work? I can't see any comments. So if somebody could drop a comment just to make sure, I want to make sure there's at least audio or something that this is working. So give me something. Give me some kind of a comment. Let me know what's going on. Anyways, Graham Barton, as you can see, solid the last 2 years, especially 2022 was his best year. I did see that he could play anywhere along the offensive line. You can see his rookie year, he did play center. If they don't like him at tackle, they can kick him to the inside, and that would not be a problem. The interior is definitely an issue, especially center and well, I guess you kind of have right guard fixed, but he's not good. But Graham Barton will come in and again can play anywhere on the offensive line. Next up, edge rusher Xavier Thomas, 6'2", 255 out of Clemson. Doesn't grade out quite as well, but 43 pressures on 292 attempts is pretty solid as far as pass rush, but doesn't get to the quarterback a ton. You could also see, although his age isn't listed, he's been in college for a while. This is year 6 for him. So as far as does it make sense for the Bears? I mean, from a size standpoint, maybe not necessarily, but also the Bears GM is not, oh, there. Hey, Mark. Hi. Thanks for the comment. The age, he's drafting some kind of older guys. 21, 22, 23, 24. Not a lot of super young guys and not afraid to draft some of the older guys. So I don't know his age. He's got to be up there around 25 if I had to guess. So I don't know that that'll be necessarily a problem. 6'2", 255 might be a little small, but we got an edge rusher coming in, which will help bolster this situation because, again, as you can see, Yannick was useless. Rasheem Green, Robinson, nothing. Montez Sweat was pretty solid. I think this was his grade for the year, not necessarily just for Chicago. But he came in. He was pretty decent. This is his run defense. This is his pass rush. The biggest issue with Montez Sweat is going to be his contract. As you can see, he jumped up to $25 million. I think he was at 16 last year, so jumped like 50%. And he's $25 million for a long time, so he's going to be expensive for quite a while. So we need some young, cheap help to come in and make that a lot better because just having the one guy. And Montez Sweat, I mean, despite, a lot of Bears fans wanting to pretend that he's an elite top 10 guy, he's not. He's a decent guy. But, I mean, he ranked 33rd. He's just kind of okay. Can you make the screen larger? Yeah, I could do that. Kind of messes up the whole deal here, but let me see. That's the chat. Where's my stupid thing? I don't know. I'm trying to do all this live. Oh, there's it. There we go. I'll make it larger for you in just a second. How's about that? Sorry if you can't, I guess you don't need to see my stupid face here. I'll just make it all the way bigger. Can you see it now? Hard to read. I'm sorry. I'm trying, man. We're trying to do a new thing here to see if we can make this thing go. I'm just trying to rip through. Again, this is not my mock. This is Andrew's mock. People seem to like it, so we're going to do it. All right, so Xavier Thomas, and then our final draft pick is going to be Marcellus Dial, cornerback out of South Carolina, 6', 195, small for a South Carolina guy, but pretty solid. I mean, he had a big breakout year in 2023. I mean, we're talking about a later round pick to be able to play that well. South Carolina's produced a couple good corners, so he's going to come in and help us with our corner room, which, as you can see, we've got Jalen Johnson, who had his big breakout year, was graded as the #1 corner. I don't know how sustainable that's going to be, but we feel confident that he's going to be a pretty solid guy moving forward. Aside from that, though, lots and lots of questions. We've got, a second-round pick here in Kyler Gordon. Maybe that'll become something in the future. We got a second-round pick in Tyreek Stevenson. Again, didn't do much this year, but it was his rookie year. Maybe it'll become something. I don't know. But either way, we're going to add Marcellus Dial, and we're going to try to make sure that somebody can actually get in here. There you go. Now you can read it. That's fine. Again, you don't need to see my face anyways. So anyways, that's it for the the Chicago Bears mock draft. What I'm going to do, I'm going to hop off. I'm going to redo all this stuff. I'm going to come back on. We're going to do the next one. So if you want to come hang out. Otherwise, like I said, head over to the mock draft group. Just jump in here. I'm going to be streaming it in here anyway, so you can watch it in here. I think it's working. Is it working? Do I see a stream in here anywhere? I don't see it. Whatever. It's probably not freaking working. But yeah, drop your mock draft. We're going to run through. I'm going to try to do as many of these today as I possibly can. I'm going to grab the best, quote unquote. You can't see me doing air quotes because my face is blocked. Doing the best 7-round mocks, and then the best performing video. So if you like this mock draft for the Bears, go ahead and drop a like. Please don't do a thumbs down because it just hurts my video. Just maybe leave a comment. Actually do that. Leave a comment that says either this was awesome or this sucks or something. That'll kind of help out. And I should just have, you know what I should do? Oh, it's too late now. We'll do it next time because we're going to do this again. If this works out fine, if we get a bunch of people like this was cool, whatever, and I want $100, we'll do it again. But I'm not just going to drop like $100 like every 2 weeks for nothing. So anyways, that was the Chicago Bears mock. And next time I'll try to have like the full mock so you can see it. I'm stupid. I'm trying to figure this out. But we'll leave it at that because I got